Kia ora, a bit of an unsettled end to the week. As we go through Friday, we've got two things to really watch out for. This area of low pressure up towards the north and the west of the North Line. That runs across, brings some wet weather through there. And down south, we've got this next front moving up across the South Line, introducing more cold air, and that sweeps right across the country as we head in towards the weekend. Keep those extra layers close by. You're going to need them through the weekend. Let's have a look at Friday. That low pressure you can see runs across, brings some wetter weather across the North Line, and while across the South Line, this next front runs up, brings some rainfall for a time through parts of, say, Canterbury. And the combination of that wet weather and those cold temperatures does mean we'll find some snowfall up about 900 metres or so about the tops of the Southern Alps, and a real good indication of that cold air back with us. For the North Island tomorrow, it is a fairly wet story, especially across those central parts, so across places like Waikato, and more particularly up towards, say, Taupo and up towards the ranges of Hawke's Bay as well. You can see this front lingers close towards those middle parts. Places like Wellington, perhaps seeing a bit of cloud and perhaps a few showers, but the most of the wet weather staying to the north. And then by the end of the day, that front clearing those far northern parts as well, while that next feature runs up from the south. A good southerly change brings a wetter end to the day, a wetter end to the week even, for Wellington as well. And we are going to find it's a cooler feeling story. Top temperatures in Auckland, 20 degrees Celsius, 23 up towards Northland, and that's pretty much the warmest we'll see across New Zealand, those far northern parts there. Overnight, we'll start to find that colder air with us. Look at our nighttime temperatures in Wellington, back down to 9 degrees Celsius, 7 for Palmerston North. A bit of an indication of what we've got in store over the weekend. For the South Island, you can see that band of wet weather moves northwards as we head through the morning time. It runs up in towards Canterbury, a fair bit of cloud and wet weather through there. Perhaps one or two heavier falls as well. As we go through the higher parts of Canterbury up towards the Southern Alps, you can see that transition from rain to snow. So it will, I think, be worth keeping an eye on that, especially if you're planning to do any of those higher level crossings. And as that front runs up towards those central areas, we could well find an odd rumble of thunder as well. But by the end of the day, that main area of rainfall has cleared away. We'll be left with some brighter, clearer skies across many parts of the South Island. But with those winds being southwesterly, we'll continue to keep showers feeding in towards parts of Southland and Clutha. The combination of that cold air, those showers, and a fair southwesterly wind will make it feel fairly cold. In fact, our temperatures in Invercargill for Friday, just 12 degrees Celsius. 15 or so for Christchurch, not much better. And even up towards those more northern parts of the South Island, 22 there for the likes of Marlborough. Those cold temperatures are with us through the night as well. You'll notice our nighttime lows back in Queenstown, back to 3 degrees Celsius. So it will be a chilly start today, first thing on Saturday. Now for the weekend, high pressure builds over us, and for much of the time it's looking pretty dry and fine. However, we've got that cold air that gets introduced with those fronts on Friday. It sits over us. You can see we've got some nice clear skies once any early rain clears away from the North Island, and even down across the South Island, many spots will stay dry. Still those showers down in the far southern areas. But we really will find it's another cool day, not just for the South Island, but even up on the North Island. We'll find our daytime temperatures, perhaps some of the cooler ones we've seen so far this year. 19 degrees Celsius there for Auckland. It's been a fair while since we've seen our temperatures below 20 degrees Celsius through the daytime. But for Wellington, 16 degrees Celsius, and even down in the far south, we're still looking at temperatures around about 13, hopefully with a little bit more sunshine, but it will be another cold night as we head through in towards Sunday. But for Sunday, that high pressure sticks with us. So again, for the weekend, there's plenty of dry weather. We'll find more cloud building up across the South Island as we head through in towards the afternoon on Sunday. Scattering of showers through there, but plenty of clear sky across the North Island. But it will be a chilly start on both Saturday and Sunday. So do keep those extra layers close by, those extra layers and blankets for the beds. But I think we are looking at some cooler temperatures on their way for the weekend. That's it from me. This is from metservice.com.